What's going on, everybody? Jake Pranger here, and this video is for people that want to learn how to get laid. That's it. Looking for a relationship, you can use this stuff, but the main goal here is to teach you how to get laid. And the thing is, I learned how to do it before the first date. No, seriously, before the first date, I know how to get laid 100% of the time. I know that's a huge claim to make, but it is possible. Just stay to the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to do it. And the reason I wanted to learn how to do this, because I know that does sound impossible, but it was kind of more of like a why thing. And when I was 19 years old, my parents were like, you're too old to live at home, get your own place. So I did, and it was awesome, because you can bring girls back to your place super easy rather than trying to bring them back to your parents' house, right? And I realized how much time I was wasting with these girls. Okay, you take them out to dinner, do all the legwork, then you have sex with them, and it's not even fun. So I was like, what I need to do is I need to have a process to where I can have sex with them first. As long as that's good, then we can move on to phase 2, where I actually kind of get to know you, and then we can probably go on a date from there. So I came up with a system for having sex first. This was a system I developed on my own, and it worked out really well. And 2 weeks ago, I discovered that the pickup artist industry even existed. I didn't even know it was a thing until about 2 weeks ago. And I read the book, The Game. I went ahead and read that. And the chapter on overcoming obstacles, the chapter on making emotional connection, and a couple other chapters in there. I was reading, and I was like, I could have written these chapters. That is so on point with this guy who's saying, I found out through experience in the past 5 years. And I'm 24 now. I found out through experience, through doing. And I was like, holy crap. I have come on to something huge with this. And I already knew that anyway, because I have clients that pay me monthly to coach them. I started out doing some friends. They get phenomenal results, and they all brought me a ton of people. And now, I have a monthly coaching program, which is booked up, so I'm not going to sell you on it. I'm just going to give some tips that'll get you some results, because I see a lot of people out there obviously are looking for stuff like this now. And to play off that, let me tell you a story. There's a guy in New York, right? He was the head of one of these brokerage firms. And he set a meeting for a Friday night. Now, I don't know if you guys are from New York, but Friday night is like party time, especially for people in their 20s and 30s in New York. They're not trying to sit in a meeting on Friday night, right? So, and he was like, we got a meeting. It's at 8 o'clock. And everybody's like, what, 8 o'clock? It's Friday. So, sets the meeting. And everybody shows up. 8 o'clock comes around. He's not there. 8:15, still not. 8:45 now, still not there. 9 o'clock, the dude is still not there. 9:30. 10 o'clock, he's still not there. People are leaving left and right. 10:30, he shows up. The boss shows up. Most of the people have gone. Boss walks in the room. He said, what's going on, everybody? He said, everybody that left is fired. You are all getting raises and welcome to the new company. And he was like, sometimes you have to sit and wait for someone to change your life. You need to sit and wait for someone that's going to give you the information that's going to change your life. And had I gotten that book back when I was 19, everything would have happened faster. But I believe since I didn't get that book, I am now the person that everybody's been waiting for to show you how to get laid 100% of the time before the first date. Now let's talk about how this works. And everybody's like, well, how do you meet the girls? Okay, there's a million ways to meet chicks, right? Wherever you go, tanning place, gym, library, bookstore, the fucking mall, wherever, in a parking lot, walking by, going to a grocery store, I don't know. Online, and a lot of people are like, does it work online? Absolutely. Online is a great place to meet chicks. I take referrals from all angles. That's what I used to say back when I was like 20. It's like, I take referrals from everywhere. Friends trying to hook me up with people, moms that I know that want to hook me up with their daughters, people I personally know. It's just like a sales game, right? You take referrals from everywhere. Get your referrals all over. I don't know if you should advertise. You shouldn't really pay to advertise, but get referrals from everywhere, right? So that's the first step. Now, what you do next, so you need to get a phone number. And people are always like, but I have approach anxiety. Yeah, everybody has approach anxiety. And the best way to get over it, by the way, go to the mall today and ask for 10 numbers in 15 minutes. Ask for them. I know you're not supposed to ever ask for a number because what if she turns you down? And you're never supposed to put yourself in that situation. But to get over the approach anxiety, go ask for 10 numbers in 15 minutes. That means you have a minute and a half per number to ask for. No one can build rapport in that time. You're going to be said no to probably 8 or 9 out of those 10 numbers that you asked for, which is fine. That's going to eliminate your approach anxiety because you're going to realize it's not bad. It's going to get you over it. Now, if you're meeting chicks online, it's already done for you. Online is teed up like a mother freaker. I don't want to cuss on here. a text from? Anyway, online, tease it up like nothing else because you know you're both looking. There's no like, oh, well, I have a boyfriend or anything like that. I mean, maybe there is a little bit, but a lot of the work is done for you because you're both obviously looking, right? But anyway, you're going to start off with the phone number, right? So get the number. And I have a million tricks for getting numbers. I mean, I can remember this one time where I was flirting with this chick and, you know, actually she had just started working with me. But I was flirting with her and I was like, it was her first day. And I was like, I would ask for your number, but blondes are always big trouble for me. Like, I would ask for your number, but blondes always get me in so much trouble. You know, make her laugh. And then she ended up giving me your number, you know? So I kind of pulled it away. Like, I would ask for your number, but you guys are trouble. Like, I don't think so, you know? Million tricks like that where you're pulling it away the whole time, right? So anyway, you need to get a phone number, right? And without a prior relationship, you might want to grab a pen. Without a prior relationship, the number is dead in 48 hours. We're talking a cold stranger you've never met before. That number is dead in 48 hours. I'm assuming you met them somewhere out, you know, wherever you met them. I mean, we're talking no prior relationship here. We're talking cold, someone you don't know. A cold lead, if you will. You get the phone number, and it's dead in 48 hours. So what do you do? As soon as you leave, wherever you are, I'll take an example of the last chick's number I got was at my tanning place. Got her number, left, like I'd probably say about 20, 25 minutes later. I text her. I was like, hey, it's Jake. We just met. Save my number. I'm going to call you tomorrow, and we're going to figure out a time to get together this week. So you shoot a text out, you know, smiles and everything in there. Make her feel comfortable. I'm going to call you tomorrow. We're going to figure out a time to get together this week, right? So that eliminates all texts between now and tomorrow. All of them. It eliminates all text messages. So you don't have to try and have a conversation with her. Tomorrow night, I like to call because the next day you're calling. You warn of a phone call. You have to warn of a phone call in this day and age. You can't just call somebody. They're not going to answer. You text, warn of that phone call, make that phone call. You need an emotional connection, and you're not going to get it through text the next day. So make the phone call. Now, I like to make the phone call at 9 p.m. the next day. Or, because we're trying to run on emotions here, right? We're trying to keep the emotions high. Or, let's pretend you got her number in the morning, or like early, or like afternoonish. Well, I would call that day. Text her and be like, hey, I'm going to call you. I'm finishing some stuff up. I'll probably be free at like 9:30 or 10. So I'm going to call you then. We're going to figure out time to get together this week because I'm busy. Put urgency on it. If you're going to call her the day of you got the number, put urgency on it. Be like, I'm going to be really busy, so I'd like to fit you in my schedule somewhere, you know, because I'd really like to see it. And that's it. But if you got the number later, I would call the next day. Text, say my number. I'm going to call you tomorrow. We're going to figure out a time to get together this week, right? And that's it. It should be like, sounds good, right? So you call her, and like I said, I would say around 9 p.m., give her a phone call. And what I've seen happen sometimes with that phone call, because I'm gonna walk you through the phone call in just a second here. But when you call, if they don't answer, text them back. Text them right away and be like, hey, it's Jake, just called you. Or, I'm sorry, not that. Don't do that. That was wrong. Hey, it's Jake, call me back. And say call me back. If you say, hey, I just called you, they're going to be like, okay, what's up? And then you're going to lose the opportunity to call them. Now, if you say, hey, I just called you, or if you say, hey, call me back, they need to call you back, or if they're going to text you or something, right? You need to get them on the phone. So don't just text and say, hey, I called you, because then they're going to be like, oh, cool, what's going on? No, make sure you get them on the phone. Hey, I just called you, call me back. Give that order, because you got to get them on the phone. Now, I say you want to talk to them later at night, like around 9, because you want a lot of the day to be gone, because, and let's be honest, if you're looking to close this chick, you need to hang out with her at night, right? Coffee, lunch, dinner at 7 isn't going to do it, okay? Now, what's going to happen is you're going to make that phone call. Get her on the phone, whether it's the day of or the next day, around 9 o'clock, right? Around 9, say, hey, what's going on? Just pretend like you've known her for a year. Build instant rapport and make sure that you are comfortable. She can feel whether you're comfortable or not, even over the phone. So whatever you're most comfortable doing, if you're most comfortable being on the computer, be on the computer. She doesn't have to know what you're doing, you know? Just whatever. If you're most comfortable driving, you could be driving, okay? Call her, like, hey, what's up? Like, what are you doing? Ask her what she's doing. And girls, a lot of times, talk too much. They're going to give you a bunch of details about what they're doing, and it's 9 o'clock, so they're probably doing something stupid, like at their house or whatever. Just give them crap about it. Just be like, oh, that's what you do with your free time, really? No, but seriously, what's going on? How you been? You know, just small talk. Ask about her. Just build rapport. You know, just rapport. You ask about them. Tease them about dumb stuff. I mean, you need to have like, and what it says in the book, The Game, and I can't believe it. I called it be a prick with a smile. They called it be funny, cocky. That's why I always tell everybody, you gotta be a prick with a smile. Like you can't, a lot of guys will give chicks like compliments on first dates. Like, you're so beautiful. You know, like, no, anytime, I'd say in the first 30 days of any relationship with a girl, any compliment you give, take it right back. You know, but you gotta get her to laugh. 7% of words 7% of communication is the actual words. So, I mean, you'll get better at this, but pretty soon you will be astounded by the crap you get away with saying to girls. People that knew me before and then they see me now, whenever we're talking with girls, they're like, I can't believe you said that. I cannot believe you said that to that girl. And she laughed. Like, shit like, man, if you were hotter, I'd fuck you. Like, seriously, you get her to laugh. It's crazy, dude. I swear, I'm not joking. So, anyway, you get them on the phone, right? 9 o'clock, like, hey, you know, building rapport, what's up, blah, blah, blah. Make them laugh, make them feel comfortable, pretend like you've known them for a year. That was always my trick. Just pretend like you've known them for a year. Make them comfortable, make them want to keep talking on the phone, and then kind of interrupt it and be like, okay, cool, well, you know what, I'm really busy this week, but I want to hang out, so I am going to be getting off work. I don't care whether you're working tomorrow or not, because when you're on the phone, you're aiming for tomorrow night. I don't care if you're working at all that day. What you say is, well, if you're not free after, 9 o'clock, don't say this. I don't care what's happening. I don't care if you're working. I don't care if you're off all day. This phone call at 9 o'clock, the first time you talk to this chick, hey, well, what's going on? I get off work. I'm really busy this week. I'm really busy this week. I want to see you again, though. Tomorrow, I'm getting off work at like 8 o'clock. I'm going to head to the gym after that, so I'll be home around 9:30. If you want to come over and have a drink at like 10 o'clock, that'd be great. If you want to come over and have a drink at like 10 o'clock, that'd be great. And then don't let them say anything. Don't let them say a damn thing. If you want to come over and have a drink at 10 o'clock, that'd be great. Stop and say, I would have you over tonight, meaning tonight, it's 9 o'clock right now. I would have you over tonight, but I'm finishing some stuff up, and I wouldn't be free till like 11:30 or midnight, And what that does is that's not only keeping tonight open as an option, because I've had girls be like, oh, 11:30 or midnight, that's fine. Typically, no. Typically, that's not going to happen. But listening to what I'm saying on the phone call, okay? I'm saying, I would have you over tonight for a drink, but I won't be free until like 11:30 or midnight. I'm finishing some stuff up. What you're saying to them, and they are just accepting it as reality, you would come to my house tonight. You would come here tonight at 11:30 or midnight. But I'm busy. I can't see you because I'm getting done too late. You would love to come over. Yes, I'm basically saying no to you coming to my house right now because I'm busy. But tomorrow at 10 will work out just perfect. I live in whatever area you live in. I used to live in Chesterfield. Hey, I live in Chesterfield. You know where that is? Great. I'm going to text my address tomorrow. And then boom, you got it set. Make sure you leave it all on a good note. Make sure you guys are happy. Make sure she seems real cool. Get off the phone and then wait about 5 minutes. Wait 5 minutes after you get off the phone of setting up that date. Okay? Actually, we'll get to that in a second. We'll get to after you're off the phone. Now, let's get back to her responses. Find out what's going on. Because either she's going to say yes or no, and there's going to be a lot of body language in between you might have to read. If she's hesitant, find out why. She's like, well, I kind of got this thing going on. It might have to be 11. Great. The later the better. The earliest you're ever going to have a chick at your house on a first date, if you want to call it a date, is 10 o'clock. That's right. You're going straight to your house. Nothing else. You're going straight to the house that you're in. Straight to your place. Nothing else. Because you're busy. You got to fit them in. Do they want to see you or not? You're bringing them straight to your house. 10 o'clock is the earliest they can come over. If they're like, I'm going to be busy till 10. Okay, cool. I'll do it at 11, but just for you because I like you. Push it back as late as you want. 10 o'clock or later. Seriously. No earlier than 10. Maybe there's a break for a 9:30 once in a while. I don't know. I would say 10 as the rule or later. Okay? Find out why she says no if she says no. If it's a schedule conflict, great. You can get around a schedule conflict. If it's, I don't just want to come to your house at 10 o'clock at night, I don't know you, blah, blah, blah. Logic. You didn't get her on an emotional side of her brain. You didn't build enough rapport. You didn't get her laughing. You didn't get her curious about you, is the problem. And that's okay. That's going to happen to you. I promise you. And then some girls are just going to say no. There's going to be a stone wall no matter how much rapport you build. No, not coming over at 10 o'clock at night for our first time we ever hang out. Well, great. What you need to do is on to the next girl. Okay, Well, what we have is different goals here. I don't want to waste any more of your time. It was great meeting you, but this probably isn't the fit. Off the phone. On to the next girl. On to the next number, right? Now, assume she says yes, because we need to move on to what happens after she says yes. You hang up the phone, wait 5 minutes. That's it. The conversation needs to be fresh in her head. Text her. Text her this, I don't know about exactly. Text her a version of this that sounds like you. Just so you know, say, hey, just so you know, I know it's our first time hanging out tomorrow. I'm not going to have sex with you. So, like, if that's what you're looking for, totally cool, totally understand, but I might not be your guy, you know? So, like, I'm not going to have sex with you. Get that statement across, like, with concern, not like you're calling her a slut or anything. Get it across with concern, kind of like, hey, you know, I'm not really looking for that. So that's not going to be happening. Just so we're on the same page. That'd probably be a good closing statement with the text. Just so we're on the same page. Thanks. That's it. And then what that does, because she's already thinking, as soon as you guys got off the phone, her mind went in a bad direction. Her mind went to, I'm gonna either have to have sex with this guy or have my defenses like crazy high because he wants to bang, and I'm going to his house. You know, my defenses are gonna be out of control. So you send her that text, and 5 minutes after all, while this is going through her head, you know, you send her that text, she gets it, she's like, oh, all the tension is now out of the air. Whereas if you didn't send that text 5 minutes later, she was thinking about why this is a bad decision, and then she's either going to cancel on you, not show up, or something's going to happen. But you take all the tension out of the air. She has no stress now. She's coming over. And now you can close from a level that's insane because she's not expecting it. And this needs to happen the whole time. When she comes over, all of your words need to say we aren't having sex. All of your actions need to say that we are. So you're making out with her, you might pull back and be like, we can't do this, you know? It depends on like the age of the chick, how much anticipation you need to add to the situation. But it works like crazy. So here's what we have. I'll break it down for you. You get the phone number. You act immediately. As soon as you guys leave directions, text her, this is Jake. We just met like 20, 30 minutes later. Say my number. I'll call you tomorrow. So you get the number. Text, save number, warn of a phone call the next day, make the phone call, build a stupid amount of rapport, which you should have done in person also. So you build rapport, a stupid amount of rapport on the phone. You do everything. You basically say, and like I said, you were going to want to get her on the phone at night because you were going to say, I would have you over tonight, but I'm busy. You know, I couldn't have you here till about midnight, and that's late for most people. So tomorrow at 10 is going to be just fine. I live in like Chesterfield area. Do you know where that is? Make sure it's something kind of close to them. Or if you don't know where they live, maybe, who knows? Do you know where that is? Just find out. If they're more than likely, they live in your area, they're going to know where it is. And then you're going to get a yes out of them. Yeah, I know where that is. Great. So tomorrow at 10 o'clock is good then. Perfect. I'll text you my address tomorrow, and I'll see you then, you know? And what I would do is I would text the address and say, you know, call if you have any questions about how to get there. That way, like, you're leaving it open to, if she's going to contact you between now and getting there, it needs to be a phone call. And that way, you know, you can save it if she's trying to back out. Because once logic sets in, you're screwed. That's why you need an emotional response. You need to keep, that's why the 48 hours is key. They need to remember all the emotions. You need to act, right? So, you make the phone call. You tee it up. It's a 9 o'clock phone call, right? 9 o'clock phone call. Teeing everything up. I would have you over tonight, but I'm busy, so tomorrow at 10, blah, blah, blah. Get off the phone. As soon as you get a yes, off the phone, or if you're going to know, you're on to the next girl. As soon as you get a yes, off the phone, give it a couple minutes, like 4 to 5, literally, because this is going to start going through her head. Text her, say, hey, listen, I'm not looking just to like hook up, so we're not going to have sex tomorrow, just to make sure that we're on the same page. And then boom, you got a solid deal going on. And when she's there, don't do anything too drastic, you know? Kiss and definitely pull back. Like I said, all your words need to say we are not having sex. All your actions need to say we are having sex. And you are going to close like crazy. And how does this happen before the first date? Because you are inviting girls to your house at 10 o'clock and you only spend time with, this goes back to the Pareto effect, 20% of your work gets you 80% of your results. You only hang out with girls that will come to your place at 10 o'clock. That is it. You are pre-qualifying these. You're pre-qualifying these chicks to only chicks that come over at 10. Anyone else is invisible to you. No. we can talk, but we're not going to hang out because I'm looking for people that are coming to my place at 10. And that's it. You don't stray from that. 10 o'clock or later. If you have people insisting on going to dinner, it's on to the next girl. Got it? That is how you close 100% of the time. I did it once I figured this system out. For 2 years straight, I closed 100% of the time, first time hangout with chicks. It was insane. Within 6 months of perfecting this, I doubled my number. Because obviously perfecting this, I hooked up with some chicks. And I was at around 30, doubled straight to 60 girls in 6 months. No joke, that's 10 a month. Jeez, that's 10 a month. That's one every 3 days. Holy crap. Anyway, the system works, guys. Like I said, my private coaching is completely booked. But what I do have is a waiting list that you can join in the link below, or you can just use this stuff. I mean, this is some good stuff. I mean, most of you are going to get tons of results from just listening to this. So if you have comments below, whatever, and whenever you don't reply to my emails or anything from my wait list, or try and find me and make me an offer to get on my coaching program. People do that all the time. I don't want to do that. I mean, my price is stupid high, but I only work with a few people. So don't do stuff like that. But my waiting list is below, and yeah, guys, put this stuff into action. You're going to get results like crazy. Let me see some comments. Let me see some questions, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.